Hey crafty people, welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Welcome back. It's time for another Mass Make Monday. And in case you're new to my channel, what I do is I set a timer for 45 minutes and try to see how much of a particular item I can make in that time. And continuing on last week's theme of trying to use up the random stuff on my desk, this week we're going to be working on tags using the random stuff on my desk. So let me just move the stuff out of my way, and I've got a collection of taggy bases that were amongst the random stuff on my desk. It's crazy how much random stuff was on my desk that I had to clear out for when I redid this room. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. You also may hear some thunder in the background. So there's a good chance I'm gonna have to stop this video to go let a dog in or out because my dog Bert's outside. I also may pause it to check on him because we had an escape event yesterday. All right, so here's a bunch of these are for stack and wax, and I don't know that we want to do those today. Don't know about that, but I've got some stack and wax that I haven't actually decorated yet. These are just some random bases these are the sandable cardstock, so I think I'm probably gonna move that out of the way. But I do have a bunch of other random tags. I don't even know where this came from, but it's been in my stash for a while, so we're gonna decorate that. I got a couple of the leftover book page tags that I did a couple weeks ago. These are some tags I got from, like an office supply store, and I actually have, I don't know if it's white paint or gesso on them, and have been sitting in my stash for I don't know how long, waiting for me to do something with them. These are from a printable. This is an offcut from another project that I figured I could do something with and has been sitting around for a while. Some inked paper and some inked die cuts, some of my gears. And this I got in like a swap from I don't know how long ago. It's definitely gonna need to be backed with some coffee dyed paper because it's a little flimsy. And let's go ahead and start by adding these gears on. And I'm gonna let them hang over a little bit and then just trim those off. So that's what we're gonna do first. And of course, there goes Bert. He wants in, so I'm gonna pause my timer and I'll be right back. And I am back, so at least I don't have to worry about him escaping. I will get to that story in a minute. So as I glue these on, so this is Sunday evening, rather late in the evening, and oh, is it stormy out there? And normally I try and film my Mass Make Monday videos on like Friday during my lunch hour, and did not get to do that this week. And then yesterday was Saturday and had planned on doing it yesterday and ended up working on something else, and that got away from me. And in addition to that, my dad came over because if you watched my video on Friday of my redone craft room tour, you saw my wonky corner shelves that I put up by myself. And I joked to my sister that I should not be allowed to put up shelves without my father's assistance because he's very meticulous about that sort of thing. And I mentioned to him that I had joked to my sister about that. So he came by. When did he come by? He came by on Thursday because his garbage and recycling pails needed replacing. So he didn't want to put a bunch of recycling in the recycling bin because they were supposed to be coming out and taking it and replacing it. All right, so we've got our gears down. Gonna snip off the edges of those. And I really think it needs a Tim Holtz person. And I know I had a container that had some random people that I had pulled out for a project and hadn't used, but I don't know where they went. So I am gonna allow myself to pull out some Tim Holtz people. Because yeah, I wanna use what's on my desk, but I don't know that I've got anything else that'll work with the gears other than I might incorporate, I've got these from when I did the embossed and die cut tin foil that got alcohol inked. I could possibly incorporate one of these onto here, although with how dark these are, that they're not talking to me to go here. So let's put those back in there. This, however, is a die cut ticket from coffee dyed paper. That might end up going on there somehow. Let's see what else we've got from the stuff on my desk before I go pulling out Tim Holtz People's. May do that and just grungy it a little bit. Ooh. But so he came by on Thursday to drop off some of his recycling, and when he did that, he took a look at the shelves and decided he was going to come back on Saturday to fix them because it offended his sensibilities. All right, I definitely want a Tim Holtz person. Now if I could just remember where I put my Tim Holtz people. Tim Holtz people. Let's see. I think we're gonna want one of the gentlemen from in here, maybe. So he came over on Saturday, and he got here about 9 and started working on straightening the shelf. Yes. And as he was doing this, he left the top shelf in place and then took down, because it's 4 shelves with 5 dog shake brackets. So he took down all right, this needs inking because it needs to be a darker color. I'm gonna just grab a scratch piece of paper so I don't get my mat dirty. Grab a brush, grab some vintage photo, which is out on my desk, and ink that. So we took down all the other 3 shelves. He puts the bracket up to hold the next shelf, put that shelf up, do the next bracket, going along all right, puts that shelf up. We get to the next bracket and I realize we put the wrong bracket up for the second bracket because they have to be turned a certain way, and it was not the correct way, so that they were all going in different directions, because the way they are now, the tail's into the corner and the snouts are facing out, and we had one turned in, one turned out. It was a mess. So we had to undo the whole thing, and that, of course, with the shifting of their positioning, meant that the holes weren't going to be in the same spots, and I'm just inking edges with scorched timber. So my dad patches the holes and is like, all right, let the caulk dry for an hour, then repaint the wall section, and then that'll need to dry for an hour. He's like, so I'll come back at 1. Okay, Dad. So he left. I did all the touch-up painting. He came back at around 1, and then it took another hour to get the shelving all up. But it is now straight. And looks great. But yeah, my dad is definitely very, very, like, you know, had the level out and all of that, and was very meticulous, and I'm kind of just get it up there. All right, I think it needs some more stuff. Let's look in my, I've got miscellaneous bits over here. Let's see if we've got anything interesting here. No, that's not. It's not talking to me. Nothing in that. Let's see, I've got some. Ooh! That was a little power fluctuation there. Hopefully we won't lose power. That would be very, very bad. And you know what? I've got some digis in here that might work. This, I think I want this piece. We are not going to get a ton done if I keep spending all this time on just one of them. Kind of wish I had thought of this before I put the label down, because I would have tucked this under the label. But I think I want that there. Let's go ahead and ink the edges. I'm gonna use scorched timber again. I realize what the answer is. That is going to be to do that, do this, and have it go like that. Yep, that works. I'm going to glue that down. Him there, and I feel like it needs one more element. See if I can find something. Oh, you know what? I've got maybe one of these will work. Need to really get my butt moving on this here. I feel like it needs something else on here, and nothing's speaking to me. I feel like it needs to be like a ticket or a stamp or something, and I don't have any that'll work. I don't think it's, you know what, actually I've got, I saw in this thing, I do actually have some old tickets, none of which are the right color. And these are vintage ones from me actually going to the movies in like the 90s. These are from like high school. So toss this stuff back in real quick and pick one of these out. That will work. That doesn't even have anything on there, really. Let's see. I like it, but it needs something on there, so I'm gonna grab a stamp real quick. And I'm just gonna grab from Ticket Booth CMS 337, and we'll just use this guy because it just needs some interest on it. So I am gonna grab it, move it over here, ink it up with some scorched timber, go like that. So now it's got some interest. It's got fold lines already in it, so let's reinforce that, and that one, and this went like that. So we're just gonna reverse that. And there's some crinkling. Let's just do that and that. And I add ink around the edges. And good gracious, we spent 15 minutes doing one. But yeah, so my dad came over and now I've got, I feel like it needs something stamped underneath the United Artists bit. I'm just gonna fold it over because there we go. So that'll go there. He'll stand there, so he's standing on the words. Or do we want to push him all the way down to the bottom there? And I ended up covering up one of those gears completely. Wow. This is still looking a little too light to me. What I'm gonna do is grab a brush. This one, yeah, this one's got Uncharted Mariner on it already, and I'm not even gonna put more ink on it. I'm just gonna do that. There we go. Wow, it is like torrential pouring out there. Okay, let's get this guy done. Since I would really like to do more than one today. Ooh, that was some loud banging there. Yep, that'll work. Let's add him. Gonna ink the edges on it real quick and then move on to the next one. So yeah, ended up losing like probably 2.5 hours of yesterday to the shelf redo between Dad's first visit, Dad's second visit, and having to do the touch-up painting. All right, I'm gonna ink our edges, get them a little darker. Don't know how well it's taking ink because I'm pretty sure this is a paint technique on the background. But there we go, get some darkening going on. Well, fingers crossed I'm actually gonna be able to get this uploaded tomorrow, because if I lose power or internet, I'm gonna be out of luck. All right, there's one. Boy, it's gonna be very not mass makey. All right, let's do this guy. I'm gonna start by making it a tag shape. So let's cut off the corners, and then let's see what we've got that we could perhaps use. There we go, there's that. I think I want to grab one of these doilies and maybe do half on this side and half on the other. So let's go ahead and just cut the doily in half and go from there. Yes, and my fingers, you may notice, are all kinds of inky because I've been working on a whole bunch of other projects today. Because usually this video takes the longest to upload to the cloud, so I figured, well, let me work on other stuff first, and the other stuff ended up taking over my day. So I've got some strips left over from another project that I was working on. So I'm thinking I want to incorporate some of that. Maybe I do that instead, and that, and trim a little off and flip it over. Maybe trim there. Put that like that. That like that. And then I need a focal image. And I'm thinking perhaps one of the clusters we did last week might work on here. There was another one over here. I feel like there's another one that is not a Christmas one. Apparently I'm mistaken. But I also have this over here. That might work. Actually kind of like that. I think we're gonna go with that. And I am gonna grab my antique linen and ink that so that it's not so white. It is out on my desk. I also feel like I kind of want to ink the doily. And I think I'm going to grab Bundled Stage Distress Oxide and ink the doily a little bit. Actually, while I've got it out, let's go ahead and do the other doily too, since I'm probably going to want that inked, and I'm going to stick in the same color family for the other side, so I might as well. All right, let's see how we like this. So we've got doily, paper, paper, flower. I like it, but the background's too plain, so I'm gonna grab a stamp. And I'm gonna grab Floral Trim CMS 461. Just grab one of those and just stamp it like that. And it doesn't have to be a perfect stamp image. I'm just trying to get some more interest in the background, and I'm gonna go like this so I don't get ink all over my cutting mat there. And just go like that and like that. That's good. And I'm just gonna do the other side as well. Good. Probably going to do something up at the top that'll take away from the fact that I stamped it way too low. All right, let's start attaching this stuff. So I promised Tales of Bert's Escape. So yesterday afternoon, probably a little bit earlier than the time I'm filming this-ish, but it was right about the time it was getting ready to come down raining. I went out to check on the dogs and to get them to come in so that they wouldn't be a soaked and sodden mess. And I go out there and Powell comes in right away, no problem. And I'm hearing Bert, but I'm not seeing Bert. And I'll admit my backyard has gone a little wild these days because we've been having tons of rain and I need to get out there and trim stuff back so that I can actually see what's going on in my yard. And I'm thinking he may have escaped, may not, I don't know. I hear my neighbor say, "Hey there, buddy." I'm like, is he in my neighbor's yard? But I'm looking and I'm not seeing a spot where he tunneled under anywhere. So I go out to the side of my house because sometimes he will escape by tunneling under the fence to the back and like hang out behind, like between my fence and my neighbor's fence. And I have on occasion caught him before he's gotten out into the wider world when he's been back there. So I started there and I'm not seeing him. I'm not hearing him anymore. I head back towards the yard, trying to figure out where he's gone. All right, let's do another one going this way. And let's see, what do we have? We've got this strip and we've got this strip. I think I want a little bit of this. So I'm gonna grab my guillotine. Because when I cut the last one, I did not cut that sucker straight at all. So let's just cut off yay much. And I'll put that on like so. And then I'll cut off a strip of this. Let's do about yay much of that. And I've got more of those flowers because it's a digital. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down and then grab another flower. Ooh, and I just had a craft-a-lanch behind me. But so I'm coming back to my yard, getting ready to go on a wide search for him. So I get back on the screen and porch and there he is in my yard. I'm like, okay. So I bring him inside because it started to rain. And I get a knock at my front door. So I go and I see, and it's my neighbor. And he's like, "Do you have both your dogs? Because there was just a dog in my yard and I was gonna help you track your dog down." I'm like, "No, I've got both of my dogs, but one of them was missing momentarily, so it's possible." So apparently what happened is he dug into the neighbor's yard, because I then went out after my neighbor left to hunt out where on earth he dug out to get into the neighbor's yard so I could fill the hole so that the next time he went out, he wouldn't immediately escape again. All right, let me get a flower. Let's see what we've got here. And these are by, let me see if I've got the name. It's not the Gillette. It's not that. They're by, I think, Ginger Journals. I think. Maybe, I don't know, I might have put them in the wrong spot. I'm not 100% sure. I will see about double checking to figure out where they came from. And we're just gonna do a little bit of the antique linen, and good grief. Where did the antique linen go? I just had that ink, I just had it. Oh, there it is. Oh. But as I was saying, apparently what happened was is Bert did tunnel into the neighbor's yard. But as soon as the neighbor spotted him, he realized, oops, I should go home. And he went back through the hole he had dug back into our yard. So he was like, oh, I got caught by the neighbor, better go home. So yeah, I was less than thrilled because once he came back in, it was of course raining out. Not quite as bad as right now, thankfully. But I had to go out in the rain and fill in a hole. And I with my past beagles, I had pavers that I put along the edge of the yard wherever she'd dig out. And they did a pretty good job of stopping her. Bert just digs enough until they fall out of place and then, you know, goes on his merry way. So let's go like that. And then I will probably add some kind of topper to that. But yeah, I really like how that came out. Actually, I wonder if I've got anything in amongst my scrappy bits that I can punch a tab out of. Inked papers, any of them good? No, not with the colors we're doing. Let's check real quick because got some pinky book page. I think what we're gonna do is let's do this. I really think I need to change the name of it from Mass Make Monday to Make Some Stuff Monday, because I have never had a mass make that resulted in it being very massive, the amount of stuff I made. All right, so we've got the tab. I'm gonna grab the Bundled Sage Distress Oxide and ink it over top, and then we'll just glue that on, and this one will be done. So we'll have gotten 2 that's more like 3 because it did both sides. So. And I just did that and I realized, is it still gonna open? It will, okay. It will still open so that you can write. All right, so that one's done. Set that aside with the other one, which I don't know where, oh, there it is. Really? All right, let's see what else we've got over here. All right, let's do this guy and see if we can use some of the Christmassy stuff I have, maybe. Because I do have those ornaments that were from the less than successful Christmas card a couple months back. Of course, if I do that, I need toppers for them, and that's just not in the cards right now. All right, those are going back over there. Okay, all those cups are empty. Well, that's good. I am not seeing anything that's calling to me right now. I've got some snowflakes. That might be good if we ink this so that they'll stand out and we can do like a cascade of snowflakes. All right, let's put a piece of paper down. Let's grab a brush. I think we're gonna grab some peacock feathers for a change and ink the bejesus out of this. And I'm having a thought here. Although I don't know how well it's gonna work. Let me just see something real quick. I like this idea. All right, stick with me. Let's do that there. That one's gonna go there. That one's gonna go there. And so what we're gonna do, yes, that all looks about right. We're gonna go line of glue. Line of glue. I think I may sew around this one after this is over, so that the little pockets are a little bit better defined. And let's see, we've got die cut snowflakes that we can have cascading down, and I'm thinking I want to go darker blue even than I've already done, and then stick a few on here since we've got defined sections for the little taggies to go in and out. All right, so let's move those aside, move this aside, pull out our Uncharted Mariner and get this darker. Okay, I've gone quiet. So yeah, he escaped yesterday. So of course today I was up and down and all around double checking to make sure he didn't escape every time he was out in the yard. So that's always a lot of fun. But at least right now both of them are in the house and they've gone off somewhere in the other room to sleep, I think, because it's rainy and gross out, but they're not in here, which is kind of surprising for Powell anyway, because he tends to be a bit of a mama's boy. All right, so we've got the blue on. We are gonna stick on our snowflakes. I'm gonna grab tweezers. I'm also gonna grab my pokey tool so I can finish poking out the bits from this snowflake. And these are from Fawn and I think Memory Box. I'll leave a link down below or I'll leave them listed down below. And these are gonna crop up in Wednesday's video because I used them for a project that's on Wednesday's video, which is why I had these, because I used the negative part that they cut out. So let's glue these down. And I think we may just get this one done. And that'll be it, because yeah, that's how I roll. My mask makes end up being, I'm lucky if I get half dozen done. All right, we're gonna do that one down, and I'm gonna grab a towel and just do that. So if there's glue seepage, I'm not gonna get my fingers in it. It's not gonna get dirty from my fingers, you know, all that kind of stuff. All right. So yeah, I've been busy crafting all weekend and enjoying my crafting. Ended up working on, I finished up Wednesday's video, yay. I've got Friday's video mostly done. I just have to do a few more bits on that one. And then I ended up staying up later than I should last night editing Wednesday's video. So that one's mostly ready, which is always a great thing. And then I started work on another Christmas project. So I have a feeling I'm going to skip doing this month's mystery craft in favor of some of the Christmas projects that I want to do during Christmas in July. Because I was also hoping to get some work done on the Christmas journals that I started last year, and like they barely got off the ground, so not even close to being finished. But I feel like it's got room for one more snowflake on there. And so, you know what, maybe we'll go with this itty bitty guy. That little guy, yep. And with all the other projects I've been working on for Christmas in July, I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually get to work on any junk journals. I've been working on bits and pieces for junk journals, but actually working on assembling any junk journals, not sure that's gonna happen. All right, that goes there. That one goes there. This one goes here. And we're gonna place these two snowflakes in between. Go right there. This one can go right there. And then for these guys, I've got some random teeny tiny cutouts. Got some trees. A trio of trees on that one. I can do ornaments on that one. And then maybe do one tree, a couple dangly ornaments. And actually let's do, I've got this little star, we can put that on top of the tree and then have a couple ornaments dangling down. All right, I like that idea. And it used up most of the bits in that little container. So that's always a plus. And what we need to do is I need to burp my glue because it's oozing everywhere. I want to ink those up. So let's put them on here. I'm gonna ink. And I think everybody's gonna get inked in blue. Do some peacock feathers. Let's do 2 of the trees in peacock feathers. Of the trees in Uncharted Mariner. So yes, I'm keeping it very tone on tone kind of thing. The only thing that's going to be different is I'm going to do the star in yellow. And I just stuck my hand in my Uncharted Mariner pad. I am so messy finger girl. Yeah, I was dyeing stuff earlier with Distress inks. Like I had one of the Distress ink or Ideology Christmas trees, like the ones that you can dye. All right, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ornaments. Let's do, all right, we've got that guy's going on by himself. So he's gonna get 1, 2 ornaments, one in dark blue, one in light blue. We've got one where we're gonna do 1 tree, 2 trees, 3 trees. So that's gonna go like that. And then this one's gonna get 3 ornaments. So I should do 2 light blue and a dark blue for, no, I should do 2 dark blue and a light blue for that. So it's the reverse of what's on there. You'll see, it'll make sense in a second. We are almost out of time. All right, let's grab our quick stick and stick these guys on. All right, that's time. Let's get these added on. It is coming down out there. Let's put this guy on. Oh, I need to do the star that goes on top. Let me just get him on. And yeah, I see there's that streak of blue on here. I've got a solution for that. I'm gonna put one of the ornaments there, so it covers up part of that, and then I'm gonna add some silver pen so that they aren't floating in midair. And then we will call it quits. All right, so I need yellow. Grab some squeezed lemonade. Ink that one yellow. And put a dot above the tree. Stick him on. And yeah, I think I got blue from having ink on my fingers on the star. So what I'm probably gonna do now is grab some gold and go over it with gold. So let's grab my gold pen real quick and do that. All right, let's do that. Let's turn that gold. Whoops. Probably should wait for the glue to dry all the way. All right. I will do that after the glue dries, but you can see where I was going with that. And then I'm gonna grab my silver pen and a ruler. Actually, you know what, it's short enough that this credit card should, or gift card should work. Do that. And that. And then do it for these guys. All right, so there we've got those guys. I am gonna finish putting the gold on off camera. I'm also going to put fibers in. I've got to dig those out. And there's that. And there's that one. I also may see if I have some like Christmas rub-ons where I could put something on over here up top because it feels like it needs it. But that one is done. So we got 4 done essentially, because we got that guy, and then this one, which is double-sided. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things that lets YouTube know you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.